Hi and welcome to Hard Ass Reviews, and today we are talking about Star Wars. For forthcoming Star Wars, The Force Awakens. This is going to be a Star Wars kind of roundup about my opinions on the movies. Because, I don't know about yourselves, but I'm very much looking forward to the Star Wars films because I was a huge fan of the films when they originally came out. I went to see the original one, A New Hope, way back in 1978 when I would have been, I think I was around 9 then, about 8 or 9. And there are certain films that, make an impression on you. They make, and it's a profound impression on me. You have the iconic scene with Vader, where there's the explosion in the corridor and then the smoke clears, and as the smoke clears, obviously Vader, you think, what the hell is that? And Vader strolls through and almost takes up a good deal of the centre of the screen. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm looking forward to the J.J. Abrams films. I'm a huge fan of Super 8. I don't know if a lot of you have seen Super 8. I'm sure a lot of you have seen Super 8. I'm a huge fan of Super 8. And I'm a huge fan of what he's done with the Star Trek franchise. He's completely revitalized the franchise for Star Trek. From the Next Generation franchise that kind of went through the 90s. But he's totally revitalized them. So, in summary, Menace, when they did the prequels, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, I was really, really excited about those. And I remember going to Phantom Menace, but there were flaws. We all know that there were flaws with all three of those. Phantom Menace, Jar Jar Binks, absolutely outrageous character. Anakin really wasn't the Anakin that we really should have seen on screen. He was too licky, too cute, and it was hard to believe that he would be the one to actually fall in love with Amidala and hence conceive Luke and Leia. It was a little unrealistic with the age limit between the two of them, with the fact that Amidala is supposed to be a queen, which didn't seem to add up really. So the whole thing between him and Natalie Portman's character was nauseating at times in the first film, and it was signposted the fact that they would eventually have feelings for each other. Jar Jar Binks' character was absolutely outrageous, but the film was kind of held together by Liam Neeson's Qui-Gon Jinn and Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi. So Menace, is bearable, and I do still watch Menace. Attack of the Clones, I really find it hard to stomach Attack of the Clones. I loved the Emperor, Ian McDiarmid, in Phantom Menace, and he was another one of the characters. So you take Liam Neeson, you take Ewan McGregor, and you take Ian McDiarmid. They were the saving graces for Phantom Menace, and once again, obviously Qui-Gon dies in Menace, but then you go on to Attack of the Clones, and, Ewan McGregor does what he needs to do in Attack of the Clones. And once again, I think he's excellent in Attack of the Clones, but the problem with these films is they were too long, and the stories were a little patchy. But you enjoy them, because especially if you're a Star Wars fan, you'll enjoy them for the simple reason they're Star Wars. And, there are certain things in the film, certain features of all the Star Wars films that you love. The lightsabers, the whole thing with the Sith versus the Jedi. So Attack of the Clones was an absolute mess, and I couldn't stand the whole love interest thing between Portman and Hayden Christensen's characters. I thought it was nauseating, and it was almost like something from Dawson's Creek more than Star Wars. But, if I'm forced at gunpoint, I'll watch Attack of the Clones, but I still have a little feeling for Menace. Revenge of the Sith was okay. Too many lightsabers. The fact that General Grievous could wield a lightsaber, and I don't know what the hell he was supposed to be, and he could wield more. There were far too many lightsabers. Lightsabers are supposed to be privileged weapon. It's supposed to be a privileged weapon, which most people will never see, and which most people will never get an opportunity to wield. Yet in Revenge of the Sith, almost everybody's wielding them. So you're seeing far too many lightsabers, and the film's way too long. This is the problem with Hollywood now. They have to put every film at 2 hours plus to 2 hours and 20 minutes. even longer in certain cases. For example, Wolf of Wall Street is 2 hours and 57, about 2 hours and 57, 56, 57, and Interstellar is 2 hours and 47 minutes. So that's the problem now. You've got to be prepared to sit through very, very long films. So they've got to be able to hold themselves together to justify the length. So the Peter Jackson movies can do that because they justify the length, and Star Wars can do it, and Captain America, and certain movies, most of the Marvel franchise, can hold their length because they keep your interest. So hopefully J.J. Abrams will be able to do great things with the Star Wars franchise. I'm not sure. I can understand what he's doing, obviously bringing in the older characters. So it will feature Leia, Luke, and Han Solo, which is kind of good. And I hope maybe we'll even see Lando Calrissian, who was one of my favourite characters, in the earlier films. So hopefully we might see Lando at some stage. And I'm sure he'll absolutely do the business with the films because he absolutely improves Star Trek beyond belief. Absolutely improved Star Trek beyond belief. And I wish him all the best with this, with The Force Awakens. So hopefully something will come good, and then maybe next year, I'm not sure whether it actually comes out next summer or whether it's the summer afterwards. But when it does come out, hopefully I will be there and I'll be prepared to put a review on here along with lots of others who will put their reviews on, and I'm sure the film will be absolutely great. J.J. Abrams is ace, Super 8 is fantastic, and he's got amazing credentials. Well, anyway, if you have any comments, leave them below, and I'd appreciate all of your subscriptions. Until next time, this has been Jeff Cummings, and this has been Hard Ass Reviews. You all take good care of yourself out there, and I'll speak to you next time.